Do you want to look festive and keep warm at the same time for the upcoming holidays? Well, it's time to make a Santa hat. This is a very straightforward pattern and it's very easy to adjust to your liking and to your size. We're going to work in 3 steps. We're going to make the hat itself. So it's this comb-shaped design. And then we're going to make the brim and we're going to make the pom-pom at the top. You can choose any color you like and pretty much also any material you like. This hat is made in a cotton yarn, so a thick 8/8 cotton yarn. I've used 2 strands and I used a 7mm hook, and then I used this white chenille yarn, for the top and the bottom. For this other one, the red one, I did that one in an acrylic color yarn, and I wanted to spice it up a little bit, so I added this golden yarn together with the red one, and I made the brim in the white acrylic one, the same type of yarn as this red one. You can choose whatever material you like. Just know that cotton is more heavy than acrylic. Acrylic and wool will keep you warmer. So there are some things to consider. Let's get started on the tutorial. We're going to start at the top of the hat and we're going to work in a comb. So we're going to start with the magic ring. You can do that any way you like. I'm going to make my X and go in and grab my yarn and do a slip knot. Then we're going to work double crochets and we're going to work 6 double crochets in the magic ring for the first round. So I am going to do stacked stitches because I am a big fan of that. But you can go ahead and chain 3 if you prefer that. So this is my first double crochet. I'm going to add 5 more. So that was 2 in total. 3, 4, 5, and 6 double crochets. I'm going to tighten up my ring. I'm going to find my top over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 6, top, and this will be your chain 3 top. If you did a chain 3 in the beginning, so your 3rd chain. I'm gonna go in there, and I am going to slip stitch. This completes the first round, and you can tighten up the ring a little bit. For the next round, we're going to double our number of double crochets. So we're going to put in 12 double crochets. So we're going to put in 2 double crochets in top of each double crochet. So I like to go in the stitch that we're already in. You can do your chain 3. I will do my stacked stitches. So 1, and then we're going to put in a double crochet next to it. And we go into the next stitch and put in 2 double crochets. And you can go ahead and do that all the way around for a total of 12 double crochets. So this was 12 double crochets. I'm going to find my top stitch from the beginning. So that will be your 3rd chain if you did a chain 3 in the beginning. I'm going in up here and I'm going to slip stitch. So this completes the first 2 rounds. If you want your tip to be a little more narrow, you can, of course, instead of doing 12 double crochets on your 2nd round, you could go ahead and do 1 more round of 6 double crochets, or you could just do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, so 1 normal in the stitch and then an increase by 2 doubles, and that would give you a total of 9 stitches for that round. So that is a way you can do this. We're going to do for the 3rd round 1 double crochet in each. So I'm going to put in a double crochet right here in the stitch where I'm already at. can go ahead and do your chain 3 if you prefer that. And I'm just moving into the next stitch and putting in 1 double crochet. I'm going to do that all the way around for a total of 12 double crochets. So that was 12 double crochets. Now I'm going into my top stitch from the beginning and slip stitching, and you can do that in your chain 3 if you want to. So now we have 6, 12, 12 on each round. And for the 4th round, we're going to have a total of 18 double crochets. So we're going to do 1 double crochet in the first. So again, doing my stacked stitches. And then in the next, we're going to do an increase, and an increase is 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. So this is the first one, and then in the same stitch, we're going to work 1 more double crochet. And then we're going to do 1 in the next, and then 2. And that should give us a total of 18 double crochets all the way around. So that was 18 all the way around, and I'm going to slip stitch in my top stitch from the beginning. So now we're up to 18. For the next round, we're also going to put in 18. So this means 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So this is the first one, moving into the next stitch and putting in 1 double crochet. Just going to do that all the way around. So that was 18. So now we're done with round 5. For round 6, we're going to go up to 24 stitches. So we're going to do 1 double crochet in the first one. Again, chain 3 if you prefer that. Moving into the next stitch, 1 double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to put in an increase. So we're going to do 2 double crochets. So that is how this round is worked. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So do that 5 more times and I'll meet you over here. So that was round 6. So a total of 24 stitches. For round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round 7 will be a repeat with 24 stitches. So 1 double crochet in each. Let's make the first one. And as you can see, the shape of the hat is really coming together now. And as I said in the beginning, if you want it to be more steep, you can just go ahead and, like for this one, we're doing a round of 1 double crochet in each. You can just go ahead and do that either earlier in the project. So here we had 12 double crochets. You can just make 1 more if you want it to be taller and not working your way out. But for this round, 1 double crochet in each for a total of 24 double crochets. So that was round 7. So we now have 24 double crochets. And I think you might be getting the hang of how this pattern works. So for the next round, which will be round 8, so for all the even rounds, we're going to do an increase. So for round 8, that will be 1, 2, 3 double crochets, so 1 in each, and then an increase. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So we're working 5 stitches over 4 stitches. And then for round 9, so that will give us a total of 30 stitches for this round. And then for round 9, we will do 1 double crochet in each top stitch. So that will also be 30 stitches. I will put the numbers for each round up on the screen so you can see for yourself how this works. I think for this sample, we're just going to stop here and continue with the brim, so I can show you how that is done. How many rounds do you need? Well, that's a good question. That depends on the size you want. As you can see, this is working out pretty well. Let's bring in the red one and the purple one that I did. They are actually made in the same with the same number of rounds. So both of these hats have 17 rounds. So I ended up with the last round being 54 stitches, but you can see there is a height difference to them. If you lay them up right here, you can see the difference. And again, they have the same number of rounds, but because this was made in a 6mm hook and the purple one was done with a 7mm hook, you do get different sizes. But I think you should try, and for your sample, for your project, I think you should try and test it out as you go and see how it works out for you. And again, you can make it more steep if you want to, or maybe if you don't want to, if you want it to be more narrow, you can skip one of the rounds where you are repeating the same number of stitches as you did on the round before. So you will have 2 rounds after each other with an increase on both rounds. But let's get started on the brim. For the brim, I'm bringing in a new color just so you can see the difference. You're just going to fasten off when you're done and it has the right size. But just remember, the brim can also be adjusted in size. So it makes sense when I show you how to do that. But for the first round, you're just going to attach your yarn, and we're going to do a round of single crochets to work the brim in. You can also do a round of single crochets with the color that you did the hat in, but I think it looks better if you do a round of single crochets with the color you're going to use for the brim. So just go ahead and put in 1 single crochet in each top stitch all the way around. So I'm done with all my single crochets. You should have the same number of single crochets as you had double crochets on your last round. So for me, this means 24 single crochets. I'm just going to go into the first single crochet that we did and slip stitch. And now we get to work on the brim. So this is going to be fun. For the red one and also the purple one, the width of the brim is a chain 5. I'll show you that in a minute, but you can change that. If you want it to be only a chain 3 or a chain 8, you can go ahead and do that. Depends on how wide you want your, what width you want your brim to be. So that is really up to you. But I'm going to show you with the same number as I had on that one. It will look too much for this sample because it's way smaller, but it doesn't matter. The technique is the same. So we slip stitched into our single crochet. So we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have a chain 5 here. We're going to work in our back loops, and we're not going to work in the first one. So we have 4 stitches that we're going to work in. This will be our turning chain. So you go into the back loop, so not into the V, but only into the back loop. And we're going to put in single crochets. So 1, moving into the next one, 2, 3, and 4. And working in the back loops will give us this cool ripple effect. So now you have 4 stitches. We did a chain 5 and we have 4 stitches. So we're not going to do anything in this stitch that we came out of. We're going to skip the next single crochet and jump right into the next one. And in here we're going to slip stitch. Like that. So this will start to stand up. Then we're going to turn a little bit. Just going to get my yarn. And we have, as you can see, we have 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to go into the first stitch, back loop only, and we're going to put in a single crochet. Like that, into the next stitch, back loop only, 1 single crochet. Next stitch, back loop only, and 1 single crochet. And then we have the last one sitting up here, in there, and 1 single crochet. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, and work our way back. So again, this is our turning chain. We're not using that one. Into the back loop only, and 1 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then skipping the next stitch and going over here to the second one, and in there we're going to slip stitch. And that is how this brim is made. I'm just going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you over here and show you how we fasten off. So I work my way around, and as you will notice when you're doing your last row here, you only have 1 stitch left, so you can't really skip that. Well, you can skip that and go over and slip stitch here, but I like to just go down in this one and slip stitch. It's a little tight. And then for the finish, I like to take the hat inside out. So I have my 2 sides here, ends, and I'm going to work them together, but I like to do that on the inside of the hat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So I'm going into the first stitch. I'm going to find the corresponding one over here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's this one. And I'm just going to slip stitch. Same for the next one. In here, 1, 2, 3. It's this one. So as you'll see, it's not a real stitch. It's our chains from the first round that we did. So, but you can pretty easily locate them. And then this one, slip stitch, and the last one. So finding my stitch up here, right there, and then the last stitch over here. So like that, and then you can just go ahead and fasten off. So this is the sample of the little Santa hat. So as you can see, the brim is pretty big compared to the rest of the hat, but hey, you might find that charming. So just go ahead and do that if you feel like it. I mean, I think this could actually be used as a decoration, and since it's crocheted pretty tightly, it actually stands pretty well. But I think I want to show you how to do a little pom-pom for the top of the Santa hat. So the pom-pom can be made in pretty much any size you like. For this purple one, I started with 8 double crochets in the beginning, and for this one, I did 6 single crochets in the beginning. And we can go ahead and make one that is 6 single crochets as a start. We're going to work in a magic ring. And again, I'm doing single crochets for mine, but you can also test out if you think that half double crochets work better for you. So here's my magic ring. Put these to the side, and I'm going to start with 6 single crochets in the ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm just using this purple color to make it a little different, but you can go ahead and use the same color as the brim, or really whatever you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go in up here, and we're going to crochet in spirals. So we're not going to slip stitch, we're just going to put in 1 single crochet. So this is the first single crochet of our second round. We're going to put in 2 single crochets in each. So this is number 2. I'm going to mark out the first single crochet because when I am crocheting in spiral, it makes it a little bit easier. And then we're just going to put in 2 single crochets in each single crochet. So that was 12 single crochets. I think I will just keep this size and I'll do a round of 1 single crochet in each, which will start to give us the height of the pom-pom. If you want it to be bigger, you can go ahead and make a round where you do 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single, 1 increase, and so on. But I'll just continue with 1 single crochet in each. So that was 12 single crochets for this round 3, and as you can see, it's starting to pop up because we didn't do any increases. I will do one more round of single crochets, 1 in each, so another round with a total of 12 single crochets, and then we can make the decreases and fasten off on the pom-pom. So that was another round of 1 single crochet in each. If you want to, you can of course stuff your pom-pom, but I don't think this is very small, so I don't think I'll do that. But I'll just show, and you can do more rounds of 1 single crochet if you want to. But I think I'll just show you how we can end this. So we're going to crochet 2 together, so a decrease. So we're going into the first single crochet, coming up, and into the second one, coming up, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and go through all of them. So that was 1, and same in the next, over 2 stitches, decrease. So 2, we're going from 12 to 6 single crochets. 3, 4, it's getting tight, but that's a good thing. 5, and then the last one. And 6. So you might say, well, this is still very open, and it is, but we're going to fix that when we attach it to the Santa hat. So I just stuffed the yarn tail from the magic ring into the little ball, and I'm going to fasten off, pulling a pretty long yarn tail, snipping that off, and pull it through. And then we're going to bring in a yarn needle, and we're going to tighten up the ball and then attach it. So let's see. I'm just going to go in and make sure that I hit all of the stitches. It doesn't have to be that precise. This will not show on the hat. I just want to make sure that I am working in all of the stitches. I think I missed this one, yes. So I think this is pretty much it. And then I'm going to try to come up at the middle like that, because that makes it a little bit easier to attach. I'm going to bring in my little Santa hat, and I like to just go in the center up here with my yarn needle, and I'm going to pull that through. And that places the pom-pom at the top of the hat. I like to tighten it pretty much, and then I'm just going to go in here and secure this really nicely by sewing it into the top of this. So I think that was everything you need to know on how to make the Santa hat. Yeah, I think we should have stuffed this one. You can see it kind of collapses a little bit. Yeah, that was the Santa hat. I hope you want to do this. It's really fun to make. And again, Do it any way you like. It's only your imagination that is the limit here. So have fun with this project, and Merry Christmas.